What's up guys? Welcome back to Ride with Thumper. Today we're going to show you how to adjust your chain slack. For this job you're going to need a couple tools. You're going to need your rear stand or center stand if your bike's equipped. You're going to need an adjustable wrench for the axle nut. And in my case I need a 12mm for the adjustment. Before we get started, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got once again here this 2007 Yamaha R1. So now we're down here, we've got our rear stand, and that's going to mount up to these spools right here to lift the rear of the bike. That'll allow us to adjust our chain. So step one in this process is going to be to put the bike on the rear stand. If you don't know how to put your motorcycle on a rear stand, check out my video right here. Now that we got the bike on the rear stand, we're going to loosen the axle nut on this side. Then we're going to loosen this lock nut right here, which prevents the bolt from moving. And lastly, we're going to adjust the bolt itself to move the tire forward and back. There's one on each side. Now, different bikes have different setups. This is just the setup for this particular bike. Some will have adjusters off the back. One of my bikes even has like a snail thing that winds to tighten and loosen the chain. Now that we've got everything all loosened up, we're going to go in. Let's measure how much slack we have right now. Alright, now we're down here at our chain. We've got a ruler. And we're going to measure how much slack is currently in this. So, spec is 30 to 40 millimeters. Let's see how close it is to that. 10, 20, 30, 40. This is like 45, so it's just slightly out of spec. So now to tighten our chain. To tighten our chain, what we're going to do on this bike is we're going to loosen this bolt right here. When you do this, you're going to want to make sure you do each side equally. So do a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other. Keep it even as you're doing it, because if you tighten the chain all the way on one side, then go to do the other side completely, it may not be even. Now that we've adjusted the chain and we think that everything is straight, we're going to measure again, see what our slack is at. We're at 30 millimeters. 30 millimeters, so at the low end of the adjustment. To make sure that your wheel is aligned and straight, you've got markings here on the swing arm, little hash marks that you can count. But I also like to take, again, your ruler and just measure the distance right here, or from any point really. Just pick a point that you'll know and you'll be able to accurately see on both sides. Now that we've got the chain all straight and everything adjusted, we're going to tighten things back up, starting with these lock nuts right here. Tighten that down. Next thing we're going to do is tighten down the axle nut. So that's how you adjust your chain on a motorcycle. It's going to vary a little bit motorcycle to motorcycle, mostly in the adjustment method. Consult your owner's manual for that, but it all ends up being very similar on different bikes. Thank you for joining me today. More videos to come soon.